Hey there, it's Laura here from makingcardsisfun.com, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to do some really easy watercoloring with the ZIG Clean Color Real Brush markers. So let's get started. I'm starting out by stamping the Peony Garden Clean Background stamp from the Ton on some Canson watercolor paper. I always use the heavyweight Canson watercolor paper since it can handle a lot of water. I'm inking up my stamp with VersaMark ink since I'll be doing some heat embossing. And then I am making sure that I put a lot of pressure on this design since it's very intricate and it also has a lot of solid areas, and you do want to make sure that you have a nice stamped impression. So after stamping it, I'm sprinkling on some gold embossing powder from Wow. This is the metallic gold sparkle embossing powder. And then once I tapped off the excess, I am heat embossing it, or I'm heat setting it with my heat tool. Then I let that cool down a little bit, and then I moved on to the watercoloring. So first I lay down some color directly to my paper with my marker. Then I use a Pentel Aquash brush to blend that out. I'm using the medium and the small tip since these two are my favorite. So I'm doing the same for the flower. So as you can see, I'm just putting down some color. I usually put the color around the edges of the design, and then I just follow those lines a little bit. So I am not using any water before adding my color. So I apply the color to dry cardstock, and then I use a Pentel Aquash brush or a water brush to blend out that color. You can try to use a regular paintbrush. I tried to, but that didn't really work for me since I don't have the right shape or size of paintbrush, so I always reach towards my Pentel Aquash brush. Here I am going back in with my ZIG marker because I wanted to add a little bit more dimension and a little bit more shading. Then to prevent any harsh lines, I'm going back in with my Pentel Aquash brush just to blend that out a little bit before finishing it up. So there you go. Then it's time to color the other peony. I'm using the light Carmine color for this. I think that this is just a really lovely color, and it goes great with the yellow that I've used for the other peony. So I laid down some color, then I am blending it out with my Pentel Aquash brush. And even though that this is a water brush, so it's wet already, I like to use extra water just to clean my brush off when I'm switching colors. And then I just use use a little baby wipe to wipe it off completely, and then I'm just definitely sure that the brush is completely clean and ready for another color. So after blending that out, I went back in with the marker just to add a little bit more shading, and then I'm blending that out again to prevent any harsh lines and to create a really nice gradient. And that's it. So as you can see, that's some really easy watercoloring. Once that piece was dry, I went ahead and die cut a sentiment from the Bold General Greeting word plate die set from the Ton, and I am using the tool-and-one from Spellbinders to pick out those tiny little pieces from this die. And you do want to save those since we'll be using them later on to finish off this card. I'm using some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to adhere a piece of glitter cardstock from Tonic to the back of this watercolor piece, and I just love that this is actually the same gold as the embossing powder that I used. Then I'm adhering the watercolor piece to a Buttermint's standard sized card from Basil. This is from their card shop cardstock collection. And then finally I'm adhering those two little pieces that were left from my hello greeting to the gold cardstock with the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive from Tonic. And that finishes up my card for this video. Thank you so much for watching and for stopping by. Make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions at all, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye!